All right, tonight in our special report, he's tied to one of the most popular but polarizing radio personalities of all time, Howard Stern. And while Stern is known nationally, so is one of his frequent guests.
We're talking about Bigfoot, and get this, he calls Vermont's Northeast Kingdom home. Fox44's Matt Austin went in search of him, and Matt, is he anything like the character on the Stern Show?
Well, I can tell you, Greg and Lauren, he is exactly. And if you haven't listened to the Howard Stern Show, you don't get on it by being boring, and Bigfoot is definitely not boring. He lives in Newport, and he's lived there for decades. He says his life is full of sex, drugs, and Howard Stern.
Forget the grainy image in the woods. Here on the streets of Newport, Vermont, we found Bigfoot.
Well, Bigfoot is supposed to have a scary reputation, so are we supposed to be scared of you? Because you seem like an okay, nice guy.
I am a nice guy.
This guy is actually Mark Shaw Jr. Despite his hulky and grisly appearance, he got his nickname for two reasons.
How big of a foot do you have?
I have size 14 shoe. It's Tripoli.
Inside his apartment,
This is like Grand Central Station around here.
the 54-year-old showed us why people across the country also know him.
I sell my own CDs out here at times, too.
This guy's name is Bigfoot. You know him. He started coming on the show years ago.
After a contest in 2006, shock jock Howard Stern chose Bigfoot to be a sidekick on his radio show and part of Stern's Whack Pack. He's been part of it ever since.
So you're being asked to be part of a kind of a crazy group. Is that a compliment?
Yeah, kind of it is in a way it is, especially after some of the I've been put through.
Seated before one of the biggest media figures, Bigfoot spills all about his life in Newport.
Is there anything that you would not talk about on the Howard Stern Show?
Not really. It is mostly it is I treat him like a psychiatrist. I do. If I got something on my mind, I'm going to more than likely say it is.
From sex,
I invite other girls in here and I have sex sessions with them on the bed.
to police, to his mental challenges, including schizophrenia.
Back and forth out of jail and the Waterbury and stuff like that.
On Stern's show, Bigfoot is also known for his sometimes obscene prank phone calls.
The cat keeps coming in my yard and shitting on my bushes.
I don't have cats that go into the yard.
On air and in person, Bigfoot is open about everything about his life, which he says is tough. That's why he says he does drugs and admitted to being high after the interview.
Why is it stressful?
Because I deal with a lot of people in a day's time. I mean, this place rocks and rolls all night long that time.
While Bigfoot seems proud of his celebrity status, he says people in town are jealous. But for a guy who lives on Social Security, Bigfoot says the Stern Show means money for him. Thousands of dollars.
Do you ever feel that because you're on the show and Howard Stern needs characters on his show?
Right,
Do you
and
feel that,
I'm a good character, most definitely.
do you feel like you have to play it up a little bit for the show?
All I have to do is act natural.
And we did contact Howard Stern's company to see what they thought of Bigfoot and to find out the next time he might be on the show. Fortunately, they did not get back to us, though.
Well, Matt, that raises an interesting question. How does Bigfoot know when he's about to go back onto the Howard Stern Show?
Yeah, well, Bigfoot basically tells me that he gets a phone call about every 6 months or so, and then he's brought down to New York City. And he says he is treated well. He gets a driver and a nice hotel down in New York, so he says it's a great time.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Matt.
We should
Good
also quickly mention that there is another, man with ties to Vermont. He's medicated Pete, and he went to Lyndon State College, and he's on Howard Stern from time to time. So more than one Vermont connection on that crazy show.